I'm Dr. Fred Ogola. I'm a professor of strategy and decision making at Strathmore Business School. This week, we have been flooded by the failure of Kenya Airways because of the pilot strike. The main reason for this flight is one thing, that the pilots are asking to be paid for their provident fund. At the same time, they're asking for the money which was held because of the issue of COVID-19. Deferred salaries should be paid according to the CBA. And of course, the pilots have gone on strike. They're saying no one is going to go to fly the Kenya Airways. At the same time, the management is saying, we shall take you to court. This flight is illegal. Go back to work. There's no negotiation. So no one is willing to negotiate. So who is going to blink? I'm telling you, with KQ losing 300 millions in revenue every day, they will blink first. But why should we even be going to who is blinking first? Because we are presidents. Every time pilots go on strike, the first person to blink is the airline. Why are they waiting while losing the 300 million every day? If this strike goes on for 10 days, that is something you can call around, of course, 3 billion. It's going to be lost for 10 days. So why are we going through there? This is what we call mismanagement of mismanagement. What is that? Mismanagement or mismanagement, if you read the book which we launched called Strategic Thinking, 10 Lessons from 1,000 Strategic Plans, it is whereby you make the first mistake, and after you make the first mistake, you try to make another mistake in the pretense of trying to rectify the previous mistake. So what is happening here? Let me tell you what, KQ has got a leadership issue. So let me just give you 4 things to consider if you're at KQ or if you have anybody who can talk to them to listen. First of all, leadership and governance make the difference between a great organization and a failure organization. When Michael Joseph took over Safaricom from a very, very unethical business which was called Telecom Kenya, where for you even to get a line, you had to bribe people to get a line for telecom. He just brought what is called governance and leadership. And that's the difference between Safaricom and Telecom Kenya. If you go even to the beer industry, you can go, for example, to Karachi industry, compare with EABL. It's down to what is called what? Leadership. Come to the academic sector, have Strathmore University, compare with other universities. It's all about governance and leadership. So that's very clear that leadership and governance makes the big difference. So instead of all this noise you are hearing, these people are addressing the symptom of the problem, not the cause of the problem. The root cause of the problem is leadership and governance, because KQ is what we have, an iron head standing on clay. It will crumble. And governance and leadership has to be addressed at KQ. If not, it does not work. The next thing we have to talk about is that leadership is romanticized. Why am I saying so? The same Michael Joseph who fixed Safaricom is now at Kenya Airways and is a chairman of the board and is unable to fix it. The big shots in that board are there. We have CEOs there. What is happening at KQ? Leadership should be seen as followership. So even if Michael Joseph is a great chairman, is a great CEO, is a great leader, he has to ensure that the people in KQ, the middle level management, the senior management, the EXCO team, the lower level management, and all the staff, pilots, cabin crews, everybody at Kenya Airways needs to follow him. If he is just not ensuring that these people are following him, then him plus the board and the CEO, they are taking a walk. That's why they are throwing tantrums in the media, threatening the pilots. You cannot go to threaten your pilot in the media and you cannot engage them. Stakeholder management is a big issue here, which is the leadership attributes that KQ needs to address. They need to find a lasting solution. It's not the first time KQ pilots are going on strike. It's not the first time cabin crews are going on strike. They will continue going on strike. KQ will continue losing money. There's so much money being lost, but what we need is leadership, which means followership. If these 7 people he meets every week does not follow him, if the staff does not follow him at Kenya Airways, Alan Kiwanuka will make all the noise. Even they'll be joined by Murkomen, the CS for transport. All noise will be made. These people want food on the table. They want to be paid for what they have been delivering to KQ. They don't want threats. They want solutions. We don't want reasons for not offering the solution. we want solutions to come their way. The third thing is culture at Kenya Airways need change. And I'm sure that's what Michael Joseph went to fix. But culture does not change because we desire to change. Culture changes when an organization is transformed, because culture is what reflects realities of a people working together day by day, flight by flight, activity by activity. If he has not changed that, writing papers on culture change on KQ website and the rest will not amount to culture change. Culture needs strategy and focus, and that's why it's important for them to bring leadership, especially around culture. The fourth thing is what is called, KQ has what is called general disregard for operational efficiency. Why am I saying so? If you cannot be able to make your staff happy, and I can say it again, you cannot win in the marketplace before you win at the workplace. So win the heads and hearts of your staff who offer the service. At some point, I noticed that even the Jumbo Jet staff are happier than KQ staff. That means that KQ is trying to put money first while they are putting people second. Let me tell you what, it is not the dog wagging the tail or the tail wagging the dog. We want the dog to wag the tail, not the tail wag the dog. So what we want is that KQ needs to win the heads and hearts of the staff before they start now throwing tantrums on the media. Because look at it now. If pilots are on strike, what's happening with their customer care? I've gone to KQ, I've gone to Kenya Airways, I've gone to the airport just to find out for myself, and found out that the passengers who are stranded are trying to tweet. No one can answer a single tweet. They're trying to Facebook. No one can Facebook them back. They're trying to Instagram, TikTok. No one can. They are trying even to call those customer care lines. No one is responding. No one is giving them any information. Do you know the number of customers you're losing? There are 100,000 customers who are stranded by KQ. They'll never book your flight until after one generation. So let's wake up and smell the coffee. What I'm trying to say here is that we need leadership. And leadership is about followership. The fact that you're leading, show these people where you are taking them, and then they'll follow you. But they cannot follow you just because you have had expensive consultants to come there. If I was to come to Kenya Airways, the solution will begin with the pilots. They know where the problem is. We shall use your fix. Bringing an external person to start thinking about KQ for you is a waste of time and money. And thank you very much.